Hello crafters, I'm so excited. We finally have some measurable snow here in Wisconsin, and I'm also excited about the beautiful card we're going to make tonight. This card was inspired by a card I saw by Lisa Freeman. We'll be using the large poinsettia paper from the Boughs of Holly Designer Series paper and the Christmas Season's Photopolymer stamp set. And for the sentiment, we're going to use Christmas to Remember Cling stamp set. Don't forget to use the current hostess code and receive a gift of adhesives. If you spend $50 to $74.99, you'll receive a package of Stampin Dimensionals. From $75 to $99, you'll receive some tear and tape. And $100 to $149, you'll get the dimensionals and the tear and tape. Now, if you're going to spend $150, you need to give me a call because we need to talk. Don't forget to check the hostess code down in the comments section below. Hi, I'm Joan and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I created this video for Joan Simple Paper Crafts, found right here on YouTube. If you're new here, I want to thank you for stopping by. And if you're a returning guest, welcome back. Be sure to subscribe by clicking the subscribe button below. That way you won't miss when I post a video, which is typically once a week. Now give me a few seconds to turn the camera down and we can get started. Here's that card we're going to make tonight. In fact, we're going to make 2 cards. This is a very easy card to mass produce, and so I'm going to show you how to do that. We use the Christmas season stamp set, and we use these stamps here to put on the front of our card and on the inside of the card. And then we used the Love and Joy Come to You, May It Last the Whole Year Through, and we stamped that on the inside of our card. Here's those other ones that I was talking about. So what we want to do first is we want to get all your paper cut. You need to cut a piece of basic white for each card at 4 inches by 5 1/4, and I've got 2 cut here. Then you want to do the same thing with the Mossy Meadow cardstock, 4 inches by 5 1/4, and that would be 10.2 centimeters by 13.3 centimeters. And then you want to take our Boughs of Holly Designer Series paper, and this is the large print of the poinsettias, and cut it at 4 by 5 1/4. Again, that's 10.2 centimeters by 13.3 centimeters. And then on that one, you're going to want to mark it on the back side 1 3/4, and then 1 3/4 from this edge and from this edge. And that would be 4.4 centimeters from this edge and this edge. And you're going to take that and you want to trim it with the trimmer. So what you do is you get this in here where that mark is that you did. You want to line that up where the trimmer blade goes through. And we'll line the bottom one up where the trimmer blade goes through. And that's going to cut it in the right spot. Then we got our 2 pieces for our 2 cards. And then the last piece we need is a 1/2 inch by 5 inches of the gold and rose gold metallic specialty paper. But the paper is 6 by 6 inches, so this is actually 6 inches long, because I can trim it down to size once we glue it on the card. And I got 2 of those already made. The last piece we need is our real red cardstock, and we want to trim this to 5 1/2 by 8 1/2 inches. and then we want to score it at 4 1/4. So I am going to do the scoring for both cards at one time. So we're going to put it in here on the 4 1/4 mark. Now, we saw me cut with this trimmer blade. That's the dark blade. And I'm going to push that all the way down to the bottom. And this is the scoring blade. It's a lighter color, so you can tell the two. And it is on the same track, so we don't have to take it off. And then we just run it up and down to give our score line. And I actually added another blade, and I'm going to show you that here in a second. I call it my glitter blade. So this is what I used when I cut out this paper here, because it was glitter or foil. And it's a blade that I had used, and it got dull and would start tearing the paper rather than cutting it. I wrote glitter on there, and I use it when I'm cutting glitter paper. So we need to do one more cut, and that is cutting this at 5 1/2 inches. There we have all our paper cut. I don't think we need this trimmer anymore, so I'm going to put that in the back. As long as we have this out, let's go ahead and fold these on our score line. And then we're going to just burnish them on both sides to give a nice crisp edge. And we'll do both of them at the same time. And then what we need next is to stamp our stamp here. And we're going to use our real red, and we're going to put 2 stamps on the top, one on each of these. And I'm checking to make sure that there isn't any red around on the red rubber, because we don't want to have it leave a mark there. So let me get this on here. And I'm just going to center it. And I'm actually off-centered it above the half line here, but I've got it centered left to right. And let's do this one. And just checking again. And I want to put it around the same spot. So let's see if I can't line that up. It won't be exact, but close enough. And I'm just going to stamp off and run it through my Stampin' Scrub. Then we want to take our stamp of the leaves, and I can close this up real quick here. And we're going to stamp here. And I am just going to stamp off on this paper here, because I don't want it to be quite as bright. Okay, I'm going to set these aside to dry. Then we're going to bring in our Mossy Meadow, and we're going to stamp the bottom half of these 2 cards. And I messed up here, so I'm going to just wipe that off from there. I did it again. And let's see, some up here yet. It should be good. And I'm just going to double check by putting our paper on here and just make sure that it's, yeah, that should be plenty there. So I think we can close this up now too. Next, we want to take and glue these down. And I am just going to use our multi-purpose glue. And I have it in this little bottle here with a needle nose tip. And that's supposed to help me when I'm doing some really delicate work. But I find it works best when I want to have some wiggle room too. So I am going to use it here. And let me get my silicone mat out. I'm going to start in the center just to get it going. And then we'll just put it on here. And I am going to turn it over and make sure none of it's sticking out. None of the green is sticking out either this way. So I think we did a good job. I'm just going to take my bone folder and just squeeze out the excess glue. Make sure there's no air bubbles underneath there. Get paper contact to paper contact. And we'll do the same thing with the second card. And it seems like when you do these mass productions, the more cards you're making, the more time you can save. I am just going to, I don't think I need to trim that. Maybe just a little bit down here. See, it's off a little bit there. I'm going to trim it, and I'm going to use the green for a guideline. I'm going to do the same thing on this card. Probably didn't need to do that, but now they're both clean like that. Okay, and next we need to put our paper on the inside of our card here. And we're going to use our basic white to put on there. Same glue. And we're going to give us 1/8 of an inch for a border on all four sides. And we'll use our bone folder once we get it stuck down to just get the excess glue flattened underneath. Okay, do the same thing with this card. Again, another 1/8 of an inch for a border. And I'm not sure what 1/8 of an inch comes out as far as centimeters. So just center it on your card. So we got that taken care of. Now we can take our gold foil and glue it down here. And we're just going to put it on the base here. And we'll use a bone folder. And then we can just trim these off by following the edge of the paper. And I'm going to switch and use my scissors that have the glue handle on them because there is some wet glue there and I don't want it on the scissors because that will muddy things up. And I think I'm going to go this way. There we go. One down and then the second one. And I'm just butting that right up to that poinsettia paper. And then we'll flatten that glue down again. Trim it. Next we want to put it on our card base. And we're going to leave 1/8 of an inch for a border on all four sides. And we want to have the poinsettias up here on the bottom will be the holly leaves. So we're going to make that 1/8 of an inch. And we'll just use our bone folder to flatten that out again. And we'll do another one. And see, we want poinsettias at the top, hollies on the bottom, and make it 1/8 of an inch. Next we need to do is our ribbon. So I've got this ribbon here. It's not the current ribbon. I thought it was, but it's not. So you'll need to look in the catalog for the current ribbon and order that. But to do this, you just want to make a loop in here. And then you come over with this and bring the bottom right through that little center portion. And then you pull the two bows. And then you just keep working it back and forth until you get it to the right size. You want to get that portion tightened. So that looks pretty good there. So I'm just going to trim this, and I'm going to trim it so that I'll have to cut it again because I want to make sure that I have enough room. And then we're going to take our glue dots to put that on our card. And we're just going to pull it off here. And then we're just putting it on the card right there. And what I'll do is I'll just even these up some. I think this one just needs to be trimmed here. I could play with that all day, but it looks fine, I think. And then we've got the second one already made up. I just need a glue dot for that one. And these got long streamers on them, so I'm going to trim those up a little bit. That looks better. What I'm going to do different from what Lisa Freeman did is I'm going to use the rhinestones, the champagne rhinestones, for my card rather than the ones that she used. I think she used a red rhinestone. And let's see if I can do it this way. And I'm going to put it right in the center there. And we'll do this one. I think we got that done now. Let's see if we can't get this out like this. I hope you liked this project as much as I did. As you can see, it would work great with just about any holiday sentiment stamp set. Why don't you give it a try? Now, if you've enjoyed today's video, would you do me two favors? Click the thumbs up emoji. That means you like it. And when you share it on social media with your crafting friends and pin it to Pinterest, these actions will help me to keep sharing my ideas with other crafters for free, and I'd really appreciate that. Be sure to hit the subscribe button below so you won't miss any future videos. If you have any questions, be sure to contact me. I'm here to help in any way that I can, and if you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I'd love to be your demonstrator. Just reach out to me. If you'd like to place a Stampin' Up! Order or would like a catalog, hop over to my website where you'll find the Shop Now button. To shop with me, you'll need to go to joanheberlein.stampinup.net. Bear with me a little bit longer because I want to let you know of the promotion that's coming soon. The July-December 2022 mini catalog will be retiring soon. It's always bittersweet to see a classic Stampin' Up! Catalog take a trip to retirement, but we're looking forward to all the new products on their way, and we hope you are too. Stock up on your favorite products before they're gone for good. Save up to 60% on essential craft supplies. What are you waiting for? You can start shopping December 1st. After all, this selection of last chance products is only available while supplies last. I'll have links to the retirement list and the carryover list in the comments section below. Mark your calendars. I'll be back next Saturday, November 26th at 7 p.m. Central Time. We'll be doing another holiday card. I hope you'll be here to join me. Thanks so much for being here with me tonight. I look forward to next time. Bye for now, and don't forget to subscribe.